I was going to say,
There we go.
You can just put it right there.
We did it, man.
Back at it. What's it been?
I mean...
2 weeks? Because, last weekend we were snowboarding.
Yeah. So, no, because I think we had another week in between that. So, it's been like 3. Because I had to take a week to mourn my mistake.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah. I was butthurt for a minute, dude.
Really?
So, this podcast is well overdue just because we did 3 hours last time and I didn't plug in the mic. So
yeah, his fault. But no, it would have been talking no matter what.
Oh, 100%.
Either way, it wasn't really a waste. I don't even
know
know
No. I wouldn't say a waste, but
everything is always, there's always something I'm like, oh, I want to, like, I have this to talk about, or I have, like, this is new. Like I just said 5 minutes
You just have a much more interesting life than I do.
It's not that interesting. I think I make it interesting. I mean...
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should try it sometime.
Damn.
But,
I really should.
Yeah, last time I wasn't like, I'm going to buy some shit, dude. I'm just like...
Well, I mean,
like,
I just bought the GoPro. I just bought the new lights.
That are sweet.
So I bought my snowboard. So I have like some new stuff that I'm kind of sitting on, and Carly's like, yeah, you're not buying anything for
I
yourself
was trying to, like, I keep looking for snowboards, and I'm like, first of all, I am more of a simplistic, like, type of design person, and, like, to find a lip tech that's simplistic...
You should get a Lego.
Is impossible. A Lego?
A Lego.
Show me a Lego.
Scotty Lego? Here, I'll pull it up real quick. So Scotty Lego is one of my favorite snowboarders.
By LibTech? Or
No, it's his boards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they only make a few of them.
The money saver, though, was like, I bought a new set of lenses for my goggles.
Dude,
and when we went that night, the last time I didn't have clear lenses. And so I went and bought...
I just ride with my... I mean, I think I've just done it enough to where I feel comfortable, but...
See, and my other ones are so shitty, they fog up so quick that I was like, I need new lenses anyways, and I'll just get some clear ones. Yeah, this is more like even this one or that one, like... See, that's the type of stuff where it's like, that looks so sick, but I think sick for like... 3 times or something, where I'd be like,
and then you look at it later and you're like,
you're like, this is the fucking dumbest board I've ever go up again.
Yeah, I can see after like 4 years, you're like, yeah, I kind of,
right. Go up.
So I mean, that's it. Because I mean, it's just his company.
Like I'd probably rock that one.
It's only $500, dude.
Only $500.
Marcel.
Is it in stock?
I think so. Let's see. Okay, so you can get a 155.
See, and that's... I have a 154.
Oh, no, you can get a 160.
Yeah.
You're a big guy. So I would do a 160 wide. You can buy it right now. You want to buy it?
Don't do that to me.
You can do it right now,
content.
Marcel.
But I want a PS5, dude. But I don't know what I want.
No.
I'm looking at my MacBook.
Dude, I'll tell you right now. So are you a PlayStation guy?
Yeah. I've done it once where I've
had both.
Yeah, I've had both.
I just bought that for $300, my Xbox like S series or whatever, and it's all downloadable like on game, like basically.
It's not the disc version.
Yeah, not, but it's not the big one. You know what I mean? But dude, I don't play a whole lot of video games, but I have what I need on there, and I play them when I feel like it. It's so worth it.
Right here, let me just fix.
I don't want to hear you talk.
Your debate. Let me fix your debate right here. 2 words.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
It's
the only game I want on fucking PS5 is Spider-Man.
Did they just come out with a game?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I just went and saw the movie with Carly.
You finally, because last podcast I left the podcast and literally drove straight to the theater.
I just saw Cooper the other day. I met him and Adam over at a pizza place and watched the second half of the Rams.
Oh yeah, that was
Niners
cool.
game. Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, me and Marcel just showed up and."
We were waiting for John. John bought his ticket the night before, And then all of a sudden, I'm on my way there. I text him as I'm driving. And then I think I was trying to, like, do something else or whatever. So I didn't, like, call him. And then I got closer to the theater, tracked him. Then I called him. And then, like, he never responded till maybe, like, 11:30 at night. He's like, dude, I fucking passed out. I'm like, you bought your ticket and everything, and you missed, like, the greatest movie
Which
ever.
theater did you go to?
The old Majestic, or I guess it's like Cine something.
Is it
Majestic.
something different now?
Yeah, I think it still has Majestic in the name.
Dude, the memories that I have at that Majestic Theater.
Dude, yeah. Yeah.
That's where you used to take the ladies, dude. And by the ladies, I mean like when you're in like 7th grade and you're like, yo, we're gonna go to a movie.
have some fucking crazy, just like dumb shit with
I used
my
to movie
friends.
hop the whole time there. Like I'd be
Really?
there for like, oh yeah, dude, I'd be there for like 8 hours. Just walking to different movies. I didn't do shit.
We were just like, we'd mob in, go see a movie, and then we'd end up like going on an adventure wherever after that.
Well, you were older too when that theater became a thing.
I think it had to have popped up when I was in high school or something around that.
Yeah.
Like, because I remember going to it.
I remember when that theater
during
came out, I was like,
senior
I don't
year.
have to go to fucking
Edwards.
Edwards.
Way the fuck down there. And then you go into Edwards. I went last night.
My parents were like living in Meridian. They're like, yeah, I'm not driving you out there.
I went last night, and their seats are fucking ass.
Yeah, they're booty.
And then you go to Majestic, and the fucking heated seat, recliner with the button.
They must have redone it then.
Dude, it's fucking crazy.
Really? Because I went to this, like, the new, like, Lux, the one that, you know what I'm talking about.
On Eagle and, like,
Dude,
yeah.
It's amazing. Like, the seats recline, they, like, massage and shit. I was like, dude.
See,
I was
it
watching
doesn't
that
have
Spider-Man,
massage.
I was like,
but the heated seats and how big the recliner is, like, you're just, like, you're chilling, dude.
Yeah.
Chilling.
Dude, I know. How sick. They have, like, the little
awesome.
tray, too. You're like, oh, yeah, let me just throw my shit down real quick and, like, hang out. Carly
like,
brought some snacks in her purse.
I never want to go to another like theater. I was forced to last night because they were like, we want to go to the late show. And I'm like, fuck, we should go.
Do you remember when midnight premieres were still a thing?
Yeah, now it's like 9 the next day.
I know,
it's
dude,
like
but
Black
like,
Friday. Black Friday
it's not even a
used to
premiere.
be at-
They're like, oh, it's on HBO Max, and then you can go see it in the theaters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I mean, they're doing it now to where now the theater is like the only thing you can, like, some
They're
movies
moving
release
back.
both, but then they're like, let's do the theater
because they're
it's
dope,
a little
dude.
more
It's an
exclusive.
experience. I love going to I haven't been to a movie like since COVID.
Yeah.
So like literally, it'd been like 2.5 years. Since
Yeah.
I was so geeked, dude. I love the
That's
movies.
how
Carly's
I
not a
was.
huge fan of it, but I was like, ooh,
Right.
We like got
I mean,
some
it's
popcorn.
like-
I was like, ooh.
You don't have to do anything, like just go in some fucking sweats,
I was
and
so
especially
excited.
with
I was
those
so
seats,
excited.
like, and then you're just, you don't have to do shit. And then
Yeah.
back then, I used to think like, oh fuck, okay, I gotta get money for the movies. Now you're like $10 for like the.
Dude, it was $6.
I'll-
It was on
I'll
Tuesday.
just
We
go.
went on a Tuesday, and it was
Did
$6.
you go during the day?
No,
Or
at
it's
night.
just
Dude.
like a
It's
two-
$2. Yeah, it was super
Damn.
fucking cheap.
Even that, I was like, I was thinking I had to pay more for those seats or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and no, that's just how every seat is in the theater.
No.
And I was like, $10, $11.
I'm telling you, have you been to that theater yet?
I haven't.
Go.
My buddy
Go.
went there, and I was
It's
like,
dope.
okay, I'll have
It's
to
hella
go.
dope.
Because
Yeah.
it's right around the corner from my.
Yeah, and I was
work.
in the theater once, so I started my truck. Like once the movie ended, I
Mhm.
was like right next to the parking lot. I was like,
Yep.
went out there, it was all warm.
Done. That's what I thought about trying to figure out, but I didn't know where. Is it only one theater in, or?
No, they have like I want to say they have like 11. If I remember seeing the number of like
Really?
yeah,
That's what always
Really?
happens though. Like when you look on the outside of a movie theater,
dude,
you're
I
like,
know you're like they ain't got nothing in there.
One,
Like the one
two,
downtown.
three.
Remember the Edwards downtown? They
Yeah.
shut it down, but like I remember I was like, there's not a movie theater in this building.
yeah.
I walk in there, I have like 8 fucking.
Even that one looks like it's just a
yeah.
box,
Yeah,
a square.
Like, yeah,
and
there's
you
no
saying
way.
11?
There's no way, dude. What if?
But I guess like
what if movie theater
everything
companies
does
had
go
like
up.
figured out how to like shape.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you walk in the door and you know that long ass hallway you got to
Like-
walk into the next door.
like
What if
some-
that's the transition?
some Harry Potter shit. You
Yeah,
know,
you
where
get what I'm
like
saying? Yeah,
the
exactly.
tent from the outside looks like this
Tiny,
little box,
tiny.
but you walk in and it's like
but
a
like all theaters
house.
always have that weird double door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that hallway.
Yep.
What if that's where your mind gets like you go into the space. You
like
get what I'm saying?
it's stretching as
yeah,
you're
yeah,
walking
You're
down
like,
to
why is
turn
there
the
this
corner.
random hallway? Like there's 2 doors. What's the point of this whatsoever? It's that.
That's it.
All of a sudden they're like, yeah, let's just jam pack all these people in here.
See, but the
Movie theaters are run by wizards.
they are.
Figured it out, man. Good job.
It is. Oh my god. Do they still? Because now it used to be like it's still all projector, huh?
Yeah.
And then
I don't know how they do it so well still.
yeah, so
It
clear.
seems pretty.
Because I'm
stupid,
like
to be
in
honest.
fucking middle school or high school or whatever, you would like the teacher would
I
put
don't
on the
even wanna
projector,
know how, like,
and you're
expensive-
like, what is that?
Wait, did you ever have to deal with smart boards?
I had one teacher who had a smart board.
Dude, they were the biggest piece of shit.
They were, but at
Ever.
that time,
They're
the
the coolest
You're
thing.
like,
They'd be like, "You want to come work this out?" You're like, "I don't even know what
this
the fuck I'm doing. But I just
interacts
wanna
with
draw
the
on this
shit
thing."
on your fucking, and you could go up and draw on.
Was
the
your
thing.
teachers like ever like off at all or anything like
Yeah,
that?
you would draw.
Oh my
It
God.
was almost like drawing a shadow. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Where it's
100%.
like off to the side.
My math teacher.
Yep, and
I'm gonna
that's
be
who
burping
had
this
it.
whole
It was
time.
my math teacher.
Yeah, my math teacher, literally, dude, his was like 6 inches off. So you like draw. You had to like get
Yup.
used to it. Like
That was so long because that was my like 8th grade math
Yeah.
teacher. And now
I guarantee they have things nowadays that are just touchscreen, like big ass TVs that
well,
are like.
yeah, they either have. I don't know what they would have.
I was thinking the other day because of like video editing and stuff. Like,
Yeah, you would just mirror your fucking laptop.
not
or
even
something.
that, dude. Like, why isn't there more like
iPads.
touchscreen software? Like, to where if you get what I'm saying, like Iron
Yeah.
Man, like how he can just fucking. It's way easier than sitting here
Like
and clicking on your
touchscreen
computer.
or well, because
Like
of
if
the
I was
fact-
editing a video, I should be able to select the menu and then just be like, all right, I want to trim this and like.
Well,
you
and
know
if
what I
it's
mean?
that big, I think you could do it.
Totally.
But when
If
you
it was
have
down
to,
here, no, probably.
if they could get good with like typing, it's the fact that your hands are still right next to the mouse, and it's so like intricate.
You should have it
from
synced to your
going-
phone, so if you need to type, you can just like pull up your keyboard. Like,
But
if
then
there's
that's
an
a
app and you're
whole
like,
other like crazy movement of like, you know,
You would
people are
understand better
doing
than me.
fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing it so fast, and just to move one hand over to put on your keyboard and then move the hand back again to put on your mouse is way different from like touching this and trying to drag
You
it.
get what I'm
and
saying
then-
though? For me,
Yeah,
like instead
yeah.
of having to be like, oh, I have to know this,
Because you
and
don't
that
have
and
to
that.
type as much. You have to like
Yeah, you're like,
dials of whatever, like volume
without-
and color,
Exactly.
and like
and you like do color ranges,
cutting,
like editing.
crop,
and,
yeah.
it'd be way easier just to have a big ass screen that you could just be like.
Well, that's why people have like their iPads and just use that pencil and fucking.
I don't want an iPad. I want a TV.
I know, but it's pretty big.
That's pretty big.
The iPad's bigger than your screen. This
Yeah.
one,
True. Oh my god, I didn't even.
and it
think about
has
that.
the same amount of power. I think this has.
No way.
Yeah, because this
You're
is
fake.
an M1.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have an M1 in it.
You're joking.
Dude,
This
the
thing is
iPad
so
Pros
fast.
are fucking stupid.
So
Final
like
Cut
this is
Pro.
my work computer. Let's say, God forbid, I ever leave my job. I will be buying one of these. I'm addicted at this point. I can't not do it.
This is your work computer?
Yeah. They
So
sent it to me.
like, they what?
They sent it to me.
Really?
I just asked for it.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's a little incentive to not quit. So
Yeah, you're stealing from the company.
literally, I was like, well, this laptop's kind of nice.
See, right now I'm trying to another thing like on my list to buy, PlayStation, snowboard, and then it's like save more money so I can buy a house.
So for me right now, it's fender flares.
Mm.
That's not my top, but I want the Raptor flares really bad.
You want the like actual wide body kit
no
to put on the side, or just the
just the flares. Like I
Show
can
me.
probably show you.
Yeah.
Hold on. do.
See, and the only other thing like I really
You know what I
would
think
like,
you should do for your truck?
I want a light.
you should get the big flares that have the rivets in it. Normally, I don't like that, but
See,
it'll make
I'm
your
like,
shit look so different.
It looks different, but it doesn't look awesome unless you,
like it
have
clean,
more.
huh?
Yeah, right now mine's clean.
Mm-hmm.
If I had more like
Did you put
rack,
the stickers on?
which
Your TRD Pro ones or whatever,
or like the Tacoma on the side and shit, and the 4x4.
Yeah, the 4x4. Did you put new stickers
Actually,
on?
I don't
Because
think...
I know you peeled them off, or did
Oh,
you just
yeah,
leave it
yeah.
white?
Okay, you're talking about the
Yeah.
tailgate. Yeah, I put new ones on that are all black, and they look pretty fucking sick. And I had to find this company that I found. The first one I had was like, you peel off the back, right? And then you stick the front on, and then you peel the front off, right? However, the transfer stickers. But how this one was, everything was like perfectly cut out.
Yeah, here, I'll show you real quick.
Oh,
So,
you want
yeah.
the little like...
Yeah, they're just flares, you know what I mean? But like...
It's just a little more.
A little bit more. Here, let me show you.
See, that shit's...
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw this bumper on, paint it white.
So the Raptor bumper.
I'm going to throw those on, paint those white as well.
You want color match?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just for the bumper. I mean, I'm
Well,
going to
you're
keep
not
the other
really
one because
black
like
either.
it also I don't want it to look too aftermarket to where it like, you know, I want it to still look factory. So that's my vision with the truck is like if I throw on the Raptor bumper, paint it white, then I put on the flares, paint those white. But I'm going to leave the grill black. I think that looks
Do you
really,
have
really
flares
good.
right now?
Yeah, I have the little tiny like
Yeah. Are they color match right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Then
it looks good.
Yeah, I'd probably look.
And those ones don't pop out very far. So like my offset will still stick out.
There's some like on the Tacomas or whatever. I hate the color match ones that some I don't know.
Oh, I forgot
like
to say
the contrast.
This podcast is sponsored by Bang Energy. Not really. I ain't got no
And
sponsors.
coffee with
And
creamer.
coffee. Where'd you get your coffee from?
Folgers. Yeah,
That hurts
I'm
my
fucking
heart, buddy.
daring, dude.
I'm daring.
First, I'm definitely order first, just pick it up and go. Like if I order coffee
From Starbucks or whatever.
because I am usually always like on the line of like late or I don't have time. Like most of the time, if I order coffee, it's before I get to practice.
I don't know how people literally put that into their routine. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like every morning they have time for coffee.
Dude,
no fucking
people
way.
have to get like 50
I don't know what
minutes.
you're
I pull up to Starbucks and the fucking line is like all the way around the lot, and I'm like,
that's
you're
so
gonna
much
be here.
sleep. Like you basically like the amount of sleep that
the
20
reason
minutes
you need coffee is
because
you
you're waking up to go get it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I watch these people fucking like, it's got to be 40
This
minutes.
one lady comes through and she's like, yeah, I go like 20 minutes out of my way just to like come get your coffee. And I'm like, you're fucking up.
You're psycho.
I'm like,
It's crazy.
You're spending $5? Like
It's-
$5 every day. What are you doing?
It's so nuts. And I don't like get coffee that often, but I love the fact that I can just pull up, walk in, grab it, and leave. And all these other people, there's still people who haven't figured it out. They're like, wait, he just got here. What the...
Starbucks does it better than us. So, I mean, like, we just need to revamp our thing. But mobile orders...
You have mobile orders?
Hell yeah, we do, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fucking up. Anyway, I will say, though, like, when a mobile order pops up, it doesn't look... It barely looks any different than a regular order. And if it's, like, a big one, it takes up, like, a fat chunk of our iPad. So, like... And you can't clear it. Like, basically, we're used to clearing out the other orders and stuff like that. You can still clear out a mobile order, but, like, if you clear it, she's gone.
Oh, and then...
Dude, so, like, sometimes we'll have, like, 2 on there, and they'll be just taking up a fat chunk of our iPad, and we have to look past them, basically, and be, like, to constantly, like, it's second... Jesus Christ.
Excuse you.
Excuse me. It's second nature to just, like, clear those things, so, like, you always are reaching up and, like, clearing them. So, like, when you see those, like, you'll accidentally fucking, like, clear one, and you're like,
Like, I feel like
Fuck.
that's
And we
a
also
simple,
we can't
just
make it
change
before.
the color background.
Well, it also doesn't tell us when they do. So like barely. So like I think
Yeah.
that's the only thing that really, and it says mobile order, but like it
needs
looks
to
very
be-
similar.
Yeah, it
But
needs
the
to
other
be-
thing, it doesn't tell me when they're gonna be here. So like you can't make it too early, otherwise it's gonna be fucking cold.
Well,
so we
and
have to
that's-
wait till they get there, basically.
Have you tried to do it on the app?
Yeah, it's the
Like,
same
you
shit.
order it yourself?
No,
Because, like,
I don't have time for that.
Well, I'm just saying to see the time. Because on Starbucks, I think
Yeah.
maybe your app system, I don't know how it is,
Yeah.
but I believe how they do it is like probably see how many orders are at that place as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they just average, like in the last 30 minutes, we've had a ton of orders, so we might be kind of busy right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll tell me like your order will be done between 12 and 15 minutes, or sometimes it's like 7 to 9 minutes.
It should tell you that.
And
We just got timers too, which I'm pretty stoked about because like it times like how long our
a drink is made.
yeah, well basically no like how long a car is sitting there, and then
Oh.
it
Okay.
puts us on like a playing field with all the other stores. So like
how
yeah,
fast you can like
we gonna be
have good
competitive.
service and also get them the fuck out of there.
Exactly.
Because that's the people aren't there to like chat usually. At least the morning.
No, and that's the nice thing about
like
BlackRock.
10:30, most of those people are like,
Totally. And that's the nice thing about BlackRock, in my opinion, is the fact that, like, we cater to our customer. So, unlike Dutch, who will, regardless of anything, will yell at you at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, they pitched it to me as, like, we're kind of in between Starbucks and Dutch, in the sense of, like, if it's 5 a.m., and
Yeah.
you don't want to talk and you're just there to get your coffee, I'm not going to be all up in your shit.
yeah,
But let's say you want to, you got time and we got time and you want to sit there and talk and like have a good conversation, we're there.
can you tell when somebody's like, I mean, you've been doing it for so long. If I like pull up and I look like this, you're gonna be like, all right, we gotta get this
dude,
dude's coffee.
I know immediately.
right now.
I know immediately. I've done it for, I mean, working with Dutch too, I've done coffee, I've made it for like 6 years. So like,
Yeah. See,
I
by
know
now-
right away when someone pulls up, I'm like, they're not here to talk to me.
Yeah, I need to get this dude's coffee before he comes back at
Oh,
me.
100%. Well, the nice thing about our location, too, like, and me working there so long, I know all of our regulars' drinks.
Yeah.
So, like, I can see them coming from a mile away. Like, even before you turn onto that little tiny road right there, I'll see you turning left, and I'll be like, all right, Galen's here.
Damn.
We'll have your drink ready by
Are
the
there
time you get
people
there."
like
Oh, yeah.
every day?
Mm-hmm.
Every day?
Yep.
Every time you work,
Yep.
the same person comes in.
Usually the same time, too.
Well, yeah.
So, like,
Fuck.
and I have, like, quite a few, like, veteran employees, so, like, they're used to making the same people's drinks every single day. So, like, when we bussin', son. Like, if I can see you in line, basically, and we run, too. So, basically what running is, like, you go out there and you take orders outside. But, like, sometimes we don't even have to, because I have all my regulars lined up, and I'm like, yep, they're next. Don't even have to go outside, you know?
I wonder, well, and you can pay from the tablet, right?
Mhm.
And by then you probably know that they're either a cash or card person. So you could probably, like, I mean, do you ever run, like, their coffee and everything out before, like,
No.
even, because I was like, that,
No.
look, I'd be, like, in my rear view mirror, like, fuck this guy.
How
the fuck did he get coffee?
And then we walk up to you and we're like, yo, what can I get for you? And they're
Yeah.
like, whoa.
I'd be like, how is he gone? I've been here before.
That's how it goes.
See, I mean, there's not many things I'm like, I don't know. There is like one little store next to my work called like Tri Life Nutrition. Shout out to Tri Life. They always, I call in.
They sponsor this video too.
Yeah. I call in and it's always Carissa.
Uh-huh.
And she's the owner and she is always like, blah, 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 her spiel. And I'm like, hey, Carissa. And then immediately, because when I first started going, I wasn't like a regular. But then after one time I said like, good morning or whatever, she was like, you want the blah, blah, blah. Because she's like, I can tell by your voice on the phone.
Marcel,
or
you have
whatever.
a very distinct voice.
I know, it's kind of nasally.
Not at all. No, you're tripping.
But, yeah, now I can call and be like, can I get my usual?
Uh-huh.
And it'll always be like an acai bowl. Or I'll say like,
Dude,
let's switch it up.
have you ever had the refreshers from Starbucks?
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
I like those.
Oh my god.
In the
strawberry
summer,
acai.
yeah. In the summer, those things fucking hit.
Hangover, dude.
Those things
Hangover.
hit. Dude.
And here's the little thing that you should do. Just order it with no ice and full. Basically, you don't pay any extra, and then ask for a cup of ice on the side.
See, yeah, that
get
shit's
so
always
much more.
fucked.
Yeah.
I always hate that. They're like, you literally get like, not even a can of Coke for like a large drink anywhere.
Oh, no, dude.
No.
You're like, this shit's gone.
The only place, like, coffee, because I'd almost rather get it hot sometimes because of the fact this is how much you're getting.
Oh, dude, 100%. I mean, Black Rock's really cool. We make ours at the same fill line every single day. So, like, and we don't top off with ice or anything like, or I mean, we top off with ice, I should say. So, like, you're getting the
Instead
same
of
thing.
fill the
They're
ice
very,
first.
very. So sorry. They're very on top of like making sure people get the same drink every single day. You know, like if someone's coming to get a drink, they don't want it to taste different every single day of the week, you know?
I guess I've heard that from people with, like, I know if I go to Starbucks here or there or wherever, like, 5 states over, it's gonna be the same drink, more than likely. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Very cool. Are you excited about the Super Bowl?
I am. I mean...
Who are you rooting for?
It's so tough.
I can genuinely say, so I called it, by the way, and I'm not living that shit down. I fucking told multiple of my friends, I said it's going to be Bengals, Rams.
I said Bengals, and then
I said that weird. Bengals?
Bengals. Jingle, jangle.
Whack.
Yeah. I said Bengals, and then I think I said...
I had so many of my friends tell me I'm fucking nuts, and I was like,
I think
dude, I'm telling you right now.
I mean, I have to go for somewhat the Rams. Half of my family is all Rams because they were there, like, we're all from, like, L.A. area, Santa Cruz area, so
they remember when it was the L.A. Rams before.
Yeah, and then they moved, and they were still all Rams fans, my grandpa, and now they're back.
Really bad.
Yeah, now they're back, and so, like, pretty much my whole family, except for the sporadic, are Rams fans. And so my mom is like, that night she was like, I'm trying to get the Super Bowl off. I don't want to fucking work, blah, blah, blah. And last time they didn't even, like, score a touchdown. They didn't even get a touchdown, man. And that was the most boring Super Bowl I've ever watched. And then the Bengals... It'd be cool for the Rams to watch Stafford finally get one after being there
that's where I'm at.
forever.
And I will say I think I'm rooting for the Rams just because he fucking played for the Lions for so long, and that team has sucked for so long. He has gotten laid out because they have no offensive line.
But he's so good, too.
He's so good. He forces some throws, but I like that he takes chances.
He has the most fourth-quarter comebacks of all time. Of all time.
With shit teams.
Yeah. It
was him and Megatron for years.
Yeah, and he has the two best, like, receiving record, like, receivers on his team, Megatron and Cooper Kupp. He has these two. Cooper Kupp's like,
monster. Dude, I'm so, like, proud of that guy.
I probably watched that dude get off the bus at the College of Idaho. I think so, because I think they play Eastern Washington.
No. They played Division One. No, so
Eastern Washington.
Yeah. Eastern Washington's D1 AA. So they play like Idaho State and stuff like that. C of I is NCIS, but I mean they still could have played. I just don't know if they were scheduled. But at the same time,
no, it's okay. Ruin my dreams.
Yeah, I wrecked that for you. I'm sorry, but he is actually from my buddy's like hometown.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, the fact...
like that's a guy you just want to watch win. Like, and
yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, as a white guy,
to see him absolutely like dominate.
him and Christian McCaffrey are the only two that are like carrying the flag for us
and then it's like
it's just like we get dominated.
You go like this, you say, okay, white guys like going off in the NFL, but you can't pick a quarterback. You're all your options just fucking fell off the board, and you have like 5.
Oh yeah, it's just like basically it's someone living out my dream in the past, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Being like the top receiver and the top running back in the NFL as a white kid, you know what I mean?
It's
like,
crazy to just see, like...
I knew I had no chance, like, right from the beginning. I was like, I'm white.
But then, on the other side, I'm like...
You gotta be like, I'm white, but, like, I'm good, too. Like,
Yeah. But on the other side of it, it's like the Bengals fans have waited so long to even get a playoff win.
Fucking Brock and Gus.
Yeah, they're both
dude,
like...
Brock's dick is probably so
I
hard
remember
for this shit.
Brock just always like, yep, we always fucking make it to the playoffs, and then we can never fucking win. Yeah. We can never win. And now fact
he
that
needs
they're
to take
fucking
the Super Bowl.
there...
Here's my thing. They just beat the Chiefs at the Chiefs, and they
Congrats, guys.
Yeah, 100%. Ride with that off into the sunset, man. That's your Super Bowl. Whether you win or lose the Super Bowl, if you lose, the fact that you went and did that,
yeah,
and they don't have
it's hard.
They don't have the best team. Like, they have a good team, and they have some great players. But when you're talking about Chiefs compared to, like, roster wise,
like,
you fucking did it, guys.
I mean, talent
you fucking
wise,
did it.
Chiefs have some, like, set in, like, they are Hall of Famers by now.
Yeah.
I mean, with just Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and
ridiculous. Mahomes.
Yeah.
The three of those. It's ridiculous watching those guys play football or that team, basically, because Mahomes literally just drops back. Their O-line is pretty fucking awesome. And the dude is athletic, so he can run. How do I describe this? It's the most frustrating. It's like watching Golden State. Remember when Golden State would just hit threes from way too far?
All of a sudden,
they were in their prime. Yeah, literally, they would just throw the ball up in the air and it would go in.
That's still how he is.
That's what we're watching with the Chiefs. Is basically like Mahomes drops back, sits back there for an hour and a half. Tyreek Hill will run this way, this way, this way, this way, and he's way too fast.
Pat Mahomes rolls out and just...
And then Kelce, too. Like, they send one guy up the seam, basically, and then they just have him basically run around. You know what I mean? Like, their routes are not even the routes that they run. They basically are just like, just run around until you get open, and I'll find you.
And I'll make enough time.
And Mahomes just, like, makes awesome plays in the backfield, too, when the rush finally gets to him, and
It's so nuts.
It is, dude. Like, if you watch it, it's just the same thing as watching Golden State.
Because that's how watching the Bills, when I wanted the Bills to win so bad...
Dude.
But every time, like, the line was, like, reaching for Mahomes, he would just, like, jump back and roll out, and it'd be, like, 5+ guaranteed yards every time. Every time. If he ran or if he just, like,
and that's
shuffled
the thing
it
with,
or
like,
whatever.
that I knew that was going to happen when we were watching all these athletes in college football in the early 2010s. And, like, also, like, late 2000, you know what I mean? Like, we started to really see these running quarterbacks that were athletic, and I was like, this is going to change the entire fucking game. Because once a quarterback can actually be that much of a threat, think, like, Big Ben, Tom Brady, they're amazing. But,
Drew
like,
Brees,
if
like,
your if your running game is shit that game, you're in trouble, because then you got to just throw.
Like,
and you're predictable. But if you have a quarterback that can drop back and then take off...
Yeah. I mean, that was, like, they took the strategy...
It opens up the game so much.
Like, Madden 06 of just taking Michael Vick and throwing
real.
Hail Marys, and let everyone streak down the field, buy yourself time, and then fucking take off.
Yeah. You see all these kids running now. Like, and it's cool to see. And they're like... I get the deal... I get wanting to keep your quarterback safe because, like, they're the leader of your team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, when they basically are, like, they tell their quarterbacks not to run, I'm like, dude, he's a football player. Like, he's a football player. Go play the game. You know what I want to see soon? I want to see more 2 quarterback teams, basically, where...
Oh, like the Saints?
Yeah, sub your quarterback more often. Now, listen, I know that's a crazy thing to say. But, like, let's say you had 2... really good quarterbacks that are used to going in and out. Like what if you could really get to the point where it was like they were comfortable with, like, hey, he's on the field sometimes, I'm on the field sometimes.
Yeah, and it's not like so much of like, okay, he's on the field, they're going Wildcat.
Well, think about this. What if you were able
like...
to set up 2 different sets, and, like, let's say you're driving down the field and you have a couple of big plays and your team is tired or whatever, and you can sub in a whole new offense that is used to playing with each other. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have, like, one offense and then you have the other, and it's not like first and second team. It's like,
I could see
you get what I'm saying?
I can see it. I know that's like in lacrosse. We have a first line and a second line.
Yeah.
Once first line is tired, you should be able to throw in your second line, and
be
it should be the
good.
same. Yeah.
Just as
that
good.
You're just filling it in.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think for football, it comes down to money.
Oh, 100%.
Because once that set gets good, then they should be like, we should be, and then it's all split into weird. But it's like, you're almost talking like that whole offensive line is a player. Like, we're subbing this player in for this player, and it's not like,
but you know how threatening that is as a defense? Like, if you had two different teams, basically, that you were playing all game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden they sub in a totally different team, different schemes.
Yep.
Like, and they just have it that way.
That'd be kind of crazy.
Like, can you imagine?
To think of. Yeah.
Like, let's say they get a first down real quick, and the teams completely swap. Like, the offense, and you're looking at a completely different offense.
Yeah.
The next play, and you're like,
it'd be weird.
It'd be hella weird. But I know as a defense, I'd be like,
yeah, you'd
I'm
be like,
fucking
I don't know
confused.
what this dude does. But I guess the first year you probably, if you could get it down, the first year you'd probably dominate.
It'll have to start in high school, then move up to college, which, I mean, people have used two quarterbacks, but, like,
yeah,
I really think it's possible. And that would really fuck with some brains, man. Like, if
would.
you had two different schemes constantly rotating in and out, and then...
You're on a yellow battery.
I know, we're on 35 minutes in, man. We've actually got some footage.
Yeah.
I just want to, like, really soak that in real quick because I was so excited about that last podcast. It was awesome.
Yet. We don't know if something came unplugged. Just kidding.
Ooh, I'm going to go ahead and...
Oh, yeah, I guess this one, huh?
Yeah, man. I was so bummed.
I think... Bengals would be cool because they're just like...
Yeah, and Joe Burrow is a legend,
Yeah.
man. I love watching that guy win. You know, it's really cool when you have, like I remember wishing Tom Brady would never win a fucking game. Like, and then once he went to the Bucks, I was like, you know what?
Let's see if he can do it again.
Exactly. I wish he would have kept playing. I get it, dude. He's the best. And I'm sorry, he is hands down the greatest athlete of all time.
I kind of wanted him to, like... secretly like one more because then
I wanted him to
like,
go until 50.
Fuck, dude.
I wanted him to go until 50. Even if
probably could.
Even if he sucked, you know what I mean? Keep playing that guy and let's see what kind of record he can set.
It's the first time I think a quarterback's ever retired when they were like
the best
first in the league with everything.
Yep.
I mean, maybe not everything, but they're like candidate for MVP.
And I get that too.
Yeah.
But, you know, you don't want to become washed up. Like, I mean, Peyton Manning, amazing quarterback and stuff like that, but his last year, dude could barely throw the fucking football.
Yeah,
like,
was it after? Because he won a Super Bowl.
He went and got that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. And then it was like 1 or 2 years after that, or what?
No, so he won the one with the Colts in 2008.
And then he won one
and
with
then
Denver.
He won one with Denver, and that was it. Because he went to the Super Bowl with Denver, and Seattle beat the
smacked the fuck out of them.
Dude. That was one of the most pitiful Super Bowls
that was the most
I'd ever seen.
Dominant. The Legion of Boom was unstoppable.
I think they missed a year the next year, and then they went back to the Super Bowl and won it against Cam Newton.
Yeah, because what was it? Because the next year we went back again, then lost on them.
Are you a Seattle fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's where my dad is from.
Yeah,
so I was just like,
gay.
Oh, I fucking hate you too.
I'm a Dolphins fan, dude.
But,
fuck me. Like I never
you have
win.
some decent chances.
Shut up, Marcel. We had an amazing coach, and we fired him because they were like, "Oh yeah, we have something good going for us. We're gonna fire him."
That's how the Lions were.
That's the Dolphins, bro. Like literally, they make awful draft picks. Like they fucking invested into Tua. I could have told you a long time ago that he was not going to be the guy. But I mean, like the Dolphins every single year waste draft picks, and then they get rid of good players because they're like, "Oh, we need some more cap space," and then they're a joke. They have no idea how to run a football team.
I can't talk too much either. Seattle sucked this year. Wilson
You've got some balls,
is
though.
debatable to leave because they.
I would love to see him leave. To be honest, I think he needs something.
I thought
fresh,
about it,
like,
but I'm like, what are we gonna do?
You know what I want to see? I want to see a basketball team in Seattle again.
That'd be cool. That might have been the first.
Like, why would you take a team from Seattle and go to Oklahoma City?
My last game I went to was the Sonics.
Yeah.
I have a jersey with my name on it.
That's
Super
pretty
Sonics.
Yeah. Marcel.
It says Reed on the back.
No, it says Marcel.
No, it says Reed.
First name on the back of the jersey?
Yeah, that'd be funny.
That's some little kid shit.
That would. But that's why I picked. I think the number on there was like 13 because I was like, it was during my birthday, like, trip to Seattle. And so I was like, anything I customize that has to have, like, a number, I guess at that time, I just put, like, the number of that birthday or whatever, so I always knew. But
That's actually kind of dope.
Now it'd be like, I didn't really have a number playing through. I think that was kind of the time I didn't play any sports. But now I just throw 7.
What's your favorite number?
7.
7?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I always want to say 23.
But
I was number 1
10.
all the way throughout high school. The thing is, it's kind of basic, but at the same time, like, I used to always say number 1 on the field and in your heart, baby.
Yeah. So cheesy.
Yeah, you know what's up. Hold on.
Oh, man. We're trapped in here. You know that, right?
Marcel, you know what, man? I think we've been through enough together.
That's true. But I think if a senior, or I guess he was a junior at that time, didn't have the number 10, that was like, because I had 10.
What was your lacrosse number?
7.
7.
Because 10 was taken, and they were like, we have 8, 7, and 6.
Do you ever wish, like, when you were in high school that lacrosse would have been bigger, like it is today? Like, it would have got more traction? Because it's fucking sweet, and it's popping right now.
We were, like, right on the start of it, where teams, like, some teams now started to have lacrosse lines on their turf. Like, I think Rocky had their own lines at that point.
I think so.
Yeah. And then, because we always played
Honestly,
them on their
dude,
turf.
I have a weird feeling that, like, or not weird feeling. I like when there's a lot of lines on the field. Like, there's a soccer field, there's a lacrosse field. Like, I think it looks cool.
I mean, as long as they know how to fucking do it right, then it's fine. But some lines are all
Have you
like...
ever been to East Junior High?
Yeah.
That's my favorite field in all of Boise.
That was the field, like, the nicest field when I was
The turf
playing.
is amazing. Like, for a junior high, it's incredible.
Yeah, right?
I used to always go there to train.
And then
I drove all the way out there
over there, like...
Yeah, and you're against the
off
foothills.
the
Oh,
hills,
yeah, dude. My buddy Dustin and I... Have you met Dustin?
Yes.
Bachelor party.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he and I were training for football over there one time. I think it was, like, going into my senior year, and he was going to be a junior. And all of a sudden, we just saw, like, a bunch of smoke, and we were like, what the fuck is going on there? And, sorry, I'm drawing a blank for a second. Okay.
You're good.
Yeah. Anyway, so we saw a bunch of smoke, and, like, you know how it's, like, surrounded by a bunch of houses and stuff, and we were like, oh, that's kind of whack. Like, maybe someone's burnt. Like, everyone has, like, their own property over there, so we were like, maybe they're burning some shit, you know, whatever. And we were like, dude, that's looking really black and really intense. And so we then, like, we started to see flames. We were like, oh, dude, that's a house. And we went over there. Yeah, dude. And, like, we went over there, and the neighbors had, like, hoses going and shit. And we were, like, straight up fighting the fire.
Call the fucking...
No, they didn't, dude, for a little while.
This garden hose isn't going to do you much
Oh,
better.
Nothing, dude. Do you have Instagram?
I do.
Go to my Instagram real quick, and I'll show you something real quick. But... Yeah, my buddy Dustin and I go over there, and we're, like, fighting this fire in, like, our cleats and bro tanks and shit. Here. Yeah, go to my tag photos. Here, and I'll scroll real quick. And anyway, like, finally the fire department shows up, but, like, we were fighting it for a while. I mean, I don't know what good we were doing, but when the fire would hit the gas line, dude, oh my God.
Explosions?
Whoosh. Not explosions, but, like, it would just burn like crazy. Like, it was, like, this big whooshing sound, dude. It was insane. Like, it was, like, and it, like, kind of, like, scream a little bit. Like, it was, like...
Like, yeah, it's letting it out of
wild.
a tea kettle almost. That'd be so nuts. Yeah, East Junior High, we always played Boise. That's who played over there. And then I think we might have played Timberline once.
It's gotta be here.
No, we always played Timberline either at home or on their shitty grass field next to it.
It might be because he's private. Damn it.
Oh,
anyway,
like I can't see it?
Yeah. Anyway, we went on the news. His dad's the fire chief, so, like, they called...
logo.
Isn't it?
I fucking hate that.
Yeah, they called him to do an interview, and he was busy. And he was like, hey, you guys want to go on the news? And we were like, screw it. So, literally, there's a picture of us in our bro tanks. I don't have Instagram right now, otherwise I'd look it up. But in our bro tanks, dude, literally, neon green was in. So I have a neon green bro tank on. He has a cut off, like, Coal Valley Sure.
Really?
And we're on the news sitting there talking about this fire.
It was really
We had
hot.
no business being there. We should not have been on TV.
I probably panicked too.
So we're
You're
at
red
45.
now.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and just switch it out so that we can make sure that we have this. And we're back. I don't even know what we were fucking talking about, but had to take a little break.
Yeah, you had to just switch out batteries.
Had to do the thing, man.
But one more thing I'm trying to buy. Well, it's between a fucking want and a need as well, because I have a MacBook Pro and it's almost full because I bought it for school.
Get a hard drive. What do you mean? It's almost full.
Well, like, I need stuff on there all the
Oh,
time.
you're talking about, like, software. It's almost full just with the software.
Yeah. Like, I back up I have, like, a 2 terabyte hard drive and another terabyte. And that one's basically full. And then I bought a new one. And so, like, I guess I could go through and, like, try and delete as much as possible. But at the same time, during school, I didn't have to run as many programs as I do now with, like, actually in a company and fucking designer things up and, like, unlimited tabs almost and fucking all this other shit. And so I'm like, I kind of want to buy the new MacBook Pro. Go for it, dude. But do I want to spend
I will say, I like how small this is.
$2,600?
I like how small the MacBook Air is.
It's nice.
It's awesome. It's really
so
light.
nice.
It's just as fast. I mean, like, I know probably storage space-wise you want something bigger, but, like, I love how easy it is. Like, my other laptop, you've seen my other laptop.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge,
They're
which
all
I love
giant.
it. But, like...
Even, like, the Mac... I have... What is it? Like, I think 2019 MacBook
I like those
Pro.
iMacs, though. Rem always had an iMac when I go to his house. I was like, that thing.
And they're not that... They're, like, the same price as that.
Really?
Yeah, like, the MacBook Pro is, like, the most expensive Apple product. That actually does something. Because then they have, like, their...
Do you have an Apple Watch?
Yeah.
How do you like your Apple Watch?
I love it. This is the newest one,
I'm transferring over. I'm definitely getting an iPhone. I'm going all Apple. Yeah, I'm doing it, man. Like, it just works. It works the best for all your shit, and I want a watch, too. Like,
the watch
it would just help me manage my life a lot better.
The watch is nice. Like, I use it...
Do you feel limited with it at all? Like, what all does it do for you? What do you use it for?
So the thing, like, some people will be like, oh, why would you want your phone on your wrist? I'm like, I'm not using this as my phone. I have my phone for my phone stuff. This is an extension of it. So it's nice, like, all these complications on here. Like, I like to know when the sun goes down. Because either walking with my dog, I can...
Does it tell you on there?
Like, right now, the sun goes down at 6:03.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
7 hours and 6 minutes we have till the sun goes down.
That's pretty sweet.
And then, like, I always want to know the temperature because practice, I'm outside and everything like that. This little icon right here, I touch that and I turn my light off in my room. So when I'm leaving, when I pull up, it registers my GPS and then boom, my light goes on.
I've always wanted to, like, be able to unlock my house with, like...
Yeah, if you have that stuff...
Like a fob, you know what I mean? Like,
you don't
when
even
I have my
need
keys, like, a couple of times, like a dumbass, I've, like, hit my unlock button for my house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll be like,
you can do that. Like, they're about
sick.
to make it... I think right now, there's only a couple cars, but you can use, like, your phone to unlock your car. So I'm sure it, like, goes with your watch, too. But, like, to unlock your house... Yeah. You can unlock your house, like, when you get to this radius and you're the first one there or whatever, that's in your, like, home network family, it'll, like, either maybe open the garage, turn, like, a couple of the lights on in the house.
I know you can, like... You can pay for that stuff to be in your house, but what if Tesla started making houses? Like, you could buy a Tesla house or have Tesla build your house. You get what I'm saying? Like, what if you could buy a smart house?
It'd be that movie. Have you ever seen that Disney movie?
No, that's a house.
It's an old school movie, yeah. And I always wanted it because, like, you would say it was basically you talk to like Siri, right? And you'd say like, make me a fucking chocolate banana peanut butter smoothie, and then it would do it, and it'd like lift up from the counter, and it'd be sitting right there. And then like, if you ever, there's one part where they like threw a party, and then the parents were coming home, and they just threw everything on the floor, and then the floor, it like vacuums it up and goes like down.
So, I always thought it'd be cool, like in your kitchen, like if you could order from restaurants, or it kind of sounds crazy, you know what I'm saying? But like,
I mean,
like through your house, you're like, oh yeah, I want to have this tonight.
You basically can, if you set up stuff where like you have favorites, maybe like not as crazy as you're thinking, where you're like order from, you know,
Ruth's, and then like all of a sudden, you just basically type it into the iPad that's on your fridge or something, and they just deliver it.
You could do something like that. You could make shortcuts, like I could set a shortcut for Jimmy John's where to order a Jimmy John's sandwich, and I can either,
or like, what if there were pipes set up to where like basically, let's say it's kind of like a Google Play, or like basically an online store where you can order it, and then like there's piping that goes into your house. Like, let's say you want to buy like so much beer of a certain beer, and then it just like pumps it to your house.
Well, you know now they have like in California, you can just like drone delivery, and you can already order like.
I want to get into that really bad.
From Alexa, you can order whatever
that
off Amazon.
Me, we got to talk about that website that I want to build.
Okay.
At some point.
Yeah.
Not on this, but
on Amazon, you can say like, Alexa, order me this, and it'll go on and order that thing, and then obviously ship to you in 2 days. Or if you're in an area with drone shipping, like it'll be there within 2 hours or something like that.
That's crazy.
But like other stuff on my watch, like if someone texts me, I can at least like see it, or I can answer all my calls on here if I'm like not near my phone. Or like I bought this one now with data. So like when I go on walks.
How much was your watch, if you don't mind me asking? So I know it's going to be a pretty penny for me to buy all this stuff, but.
So like I traded in, I had like an old 4, and so I decided, I knew this design was pretty much the same from all the other ones.
Do you need the brand new ones?
You don't
think?
You don't like need it. Like the Apple Watch SE.
I kind of want something that's a little bit bigger though.
This is the biggest screen you can get.
It looks pretty big, but what if it was 2 of them? You know what I mean? Like, it just like, it was kind of just like right here. I know that's kind of bulky, but you know what I'm saying?
Then
like,
you would be like, the thing is, I want to be able to tell the time, and maybe like during the day, this one will change, and it'll say like my meetings that are coming up. So if I have a Zoom call at whatever, it'll tell me all that.
That's huge.
And so like, people are like, why would you want to use this as, you know, your phone on your wrist? I have a phone in my hand, and I'm like, I don't know. I use this as a watch, and I track all my workouts, all my activity, everything like that. And the fact that like I can just do so much from real quick. I don't, if I like need to sit and do something, then
pull out your phone. But like the ease of just being able to use that.
To be like, oh, this is where my activity is. Like I do timers all the time for like, you know, I put the laundry in, and I set, you know, the timer so I know to get up, or like the date. And then I also have like,
how long does your charge last?
Like by the end of the day, I'll unplug it from my nightstand, and by the end of the day, I'll probably still have like 40%.
That's awesome.
So I could go, if I didn't, exercise takes a lot of your battery, but if I didn't like use it.
And you can probably set the preferences, right?
Yeah. Right now, 40% is with always on. So like, you used to be able to, or it used to be, right now it would be off. It would completely black screen, but like the fact that I don't have to turn my wrist to see what time it is, like I could glance down and see the time. It puts the refresh rate. So like, see this hand moving? Like that means it's refreshing at whatever, however many seconds. But if I'm down like this, it goes away and it saves battery for things that don't need to be constantly updating. So if I took always on display off, I could probably have like 50 to 60% left at the end of the day. And that's how my old one used to be. And then like there's so many other things that I'll use it for. Like, I don't know if I have it on. Yeah, so like you can set different watch faces. So like this one, I'll use more. I can switch it over and be like, this is my lacrosse watch face. I can see the weather pattern for the next like couple hours so I know. And then I can have a phone icon. So like if someone's not there, I can click it real quick and call somebody. And so you can set all these different things. You can do super simple. I was going to say, like, that one's super simple. And you can keep going even farther.
Do you run off of military time at all?
No.
I can't get that shit.
I, like, can.
I could if I, like, did it long enough, you know. I'm, like, it's not that different, but, like, that bothers me.
The only thing that, like, this is the first time I've ever rocked a screen protector on here. And I absolutely hate the touch with, like, at practice, I have gloves, but I have the touch-sensitive ones. But, like, this screen protector with the watch, it's bitchy with the glove. Like, you can get it, but you might be sitting there, and it, like...
That's the other thing with these GoPros. They've gotten better, but, like, even my 5 compared to this is a lot better. But, like when I was trying to hit back out of that shit, and it literally would not...
That's, like, how it feels with the glove on.
God, that would drive
but other
me nuts.
than that, like, I love using my watch. And like now that I don't have to have, you can have the one where it's so like price wise, a brand new one that's just running off your phone and only has GPS, that one's like, for the biggest one it's $430.
That's not bad
or whatever.
So like I would like to get a laptop eventually that's my own, an iPhone. And then, because, I mean, having an Android plus an outdated Android, which, I mean, it's lasted me for so long. Like, we're on the 13s, and that's an 8. And it's a brick. Oh, yeah, it will not break. I can't break it.
See, and now all the new ones, like, I mean, I've always put a screen protector on, but I've always kept my phones, like, in absolutely perfect condition. Even what I'll do is, like, right before I know I'm getting a new phone, I will take it off the case and rock just like no case because I love the feeling of it.
Yeah, and then I would break
sleek.
my shit, dude. I have to. I drop my phone way too much to. That's what stresses me out. It's like an iPhone, you break that shit, and it's like.
I think I've dropped this like twice ever, and it had a case on it, but like, I mean it. Especially when you just have a screen protector. Now, I used to get the glass one because the feeling on your hand, it just feels so nice. Especially when you first get your phone and you don't have anything on it.
I love that feeling. When you have a brand new phone,
and then you put a screen protector on it, and those like plastic ones, like it just feels different.
Yeah.
So I always had a glass one, but then one little like, you could drop it from your pocket, like sitting on the ground, and it might hit a rock and it would kind of crack the screen protector glass. But now they're like glass feeling but hybrid, where it's like somewhat plastic silicone. So now they don't break at all, and so it's been the best thing I've ever like
I want one, man. Yeah, they're cool. It makes sense.
Wait till September when the 14 comes out, if you can.
I probably can.
It'll be.
I don't know if I want to, but
yeah, that's always the thing, because I always wait 2 years so I own the phone, so I don't have to trade it in if I wanted to.
I mean, I'll probably just buy the phone outright. And
And I always give my phone to like my mom or whatever. So my mom has my old phone right now, and then my dad has the oldest phone I've had. And so I always like will keep it nice, own it, wait 2 years, because that's always like when they fully redesign, because they have like, this is the 12, and that was like a new redesign. And then they had the 13, which is pretty much this with a couple other features. And then the 14
See,
should
I'm
have
not
a redesign.
that like into all the crazy features and stuff.
Yeah.
I just want something that works simply for me and like yeah. But
And you might be fine off. You might not even have to wait till that'll be like the 14 Pro or the 14. I think this spring they're about to release another iPhone SE, which is like good enough for people. Like that's like your grandma's iPhone, you know, or your mom's iPhone, where they want a phone. They don't need like all the crazy stuff because they frankly don't even know how to use it.
Yeah.
And it has everything that you need in it, but it's way cheaper. And that's like the watch, they make an Apple Watch SE, where it's like, I had my old one that was the Apple Watch 4, which was the newest thing at that time, and now they have the SE, which is basically the 4 without EKG. So if you don't need to monitor EKG or even care about it, get the SE. And then like this one, the only thing this one does more than my other one is the always on display and blood oxygen.
What's your how do you eat? Do you eat pretty clean?
The last so I finished a workout program, and then during that I try and eat somewhat clean, but sometimes I'm like, I need to get something before practice or whatever. And so I took a couple weeks off the last 2 weeks, and now I'm gonna start one tomorrow. So then I think that'll be like my rice and chicken or protein track macros. So yes and no. Like it really depends.
It's hard to eat clean having a baby, dude. Like I will say, like we used to cook a lot for ourselves.
And you're just tired, man.
You also don't have the time. Like I mean, I will say Carly's the one that cooks like all the time, but like
yeah, I just it's so much time, and the fact that like my day is wake up, go to work, and then leave work an hour early to get to practice, and then from practice I'm not home till like 7:30, and then usually I'd get home, if I want to fit it in at that time, maybe walk the dog, but then by 8:30 I'm drinking pre-workout, and then I'm going to the gym at 9, and then I get
pre-workout
back at
always
11.
made me like super shaky and like
It depends on what you get, because I've had some where I just like the first 2 workouts are all right, and then after that, dude, it's fucked up. Like I feel sick, and I've just bought like, some people love crazy fucking pre-workout shit, and I found one that was like at Walmart that does exactly what I need it to do. It gets me there, gets me going, and then I don't have a crash afterwards. So there's definitely, you gotta like try different
I've
ones.
heard a lot about these bangs, and I never had one before until we had people like basically buy them for us because the baby, they brought us like a care package.
Yeah.
But like they're all right. They're really sweet though.
They are, and it's a lot of fucking caffeine. A lot. We have those stocked in the fridge at work, and I'm like, if I drink one, I almost get more tired than
Oh, dude, with
I
my
would've
ADD,
been.
yeah, caffeine, like, it'll kind of wake me up, but for the most part, it just makes me more, like, anxious, and then...
Yeah, I don't know, caffeine, yeah, I'm like you, where it's like, that's why I don't drink that much coffee. Like, the last time I had a coffee before, like this,
I don't drink caffeine hardly ever.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Like, I like more of the taste of it than like, oh, I need to be awake, I need to get a coffee. It's just nice in the morning and warm and everything.
Yeah.
But it'll be, I mean, I don't know. Fucking those bangs just fucking get me.
Dude, they do. I mean, it's got me, like, kind of zipping, but not, like... With my ADD, it chills me out. Like, it makes me like more like, oh, I could take a nap.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
People, when they ask me about pre-workout, they're like, at fucking 9? I'm like, dude, as soon as I get home,
Oh yeah.
I go walk my dog and I'm ready for bed.
I'm kind of already there.
I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last couple days I've been I had to get up for practice yesterday, but then I didn't go to bed till like 3.
Are you guys in season yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a game in 2 weeks against Utah.
First one?
First one.
You guys are killing it.
Right now, I mean, with not playing the last 2 years because of COVID, in one poll, we're 11 in the nation, and another one, we're 7 in the nation. So we'll figure out.
And I mean, you've been there since the start of the shebang for CFI.
Like, the first 2 seasons we were like nothing, and then after that we've been like put on the map.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's cool. So, do you guys think that you're contending for a natty this year?
I think we could do it. I think it's really tough with the numbers we have because of the fact, like, we had a really good team right before COVID hit that season and everything was shut down. And then we've lost numbers, like, football has taken a couple guys, and then just, like, trying to recruit while being in this whole COVID shit was fucked up. So it's like, and then we've had a lot of injuries, like, we just lost the best face-off dude I've ever seen, and the year before, the last, like, full year we played, he was he was the national player, like, player of the year out of everyone.
Do you guys play NAIA?
We can, but there's not many near us that are, like, there's tons of NAIA schools, but, like, that have a lacrosse program. Like, most of our games, we'd probably have to fly to for the closest NAIA.
So who do you guys play? Like, what are you guys, like, D1, 2? Like,
no,
how do you...
so, like, first it'll go, like, based on your school, like, how big they are. And then it depends on, like, where you have wanted to sit. Like, Utah, we're going to play... They just made this whole new thing where you can have, like, a team that plays NCAA, and you can also have another team that plays in the MCLA, which is what we're in. And then there's NCAA, D1, D2, D3, and then there's MCLA, D1, and D2. And when we started, we could probably, or I guess we could have maybe switched to D1, and it depends on how good you're getting, if you just want to, like, make the switch.
I've always wondered how that works, like, with different schools. Like, I know Boise State, their wrestling is, like, Pac-10 or Pac-12 or whatever the fuck it is.
And then, like, their lacrosse team is MCLA D1.
Yeah.
So it's all, like, all those MCLA D1 teams, like Alabama, like, the number 1 football team in the nation, their team is in MCLA D1.
So, do you play Boise State?
Yeah.
How do you do against them?
We don't usually... They're fucking brutes, dude. Every time we play them, like, we roll out with injuries. They're just there to fucking headhunt. Yeah. That's all they want. And we've never beat them. The last 2 games, we lost by 1. And we're like... But then it's always the sacrifice of, like, do we want to play them and try and beat them? And then maybe take the chance of, like, losing some guys? And it doesn't really matter if we play them or not. So we played them in the fall for a scrimmage, lost by 1. And then I think we were trying to figure out if we wanted to play them during regular season. And we were like, it's not worth it. Yeah. We need to get our conference games in and the games that actually will, like, help us out in the long run. So we won't play them in regular season. But, like, the teams we play, like Portland State, Pacific Lutheran, PLU, Gonzaga.
Pacific Lutheran, because they're... what's their mascot? The Crusaders? Is it that?
It might be. It's a
I want to
night
play
of
football
some
there.
sort.
Yeah, I want to play football over there because
Their
they have
campus
a sweet...
is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I went
expensive
there.
as shit, but
Yeah, it is pretty fucking expensive. Like,
I could never live in Cali.
and then other teams like I said, Gonzaga will play. Montana, the Grizz is kind of like have been set in as our rivals now. And then we'll play like.
And they have a sweet stadium. Do you guys play in their stadium?
Yeah, we played in there the last time we had conference, and we played at Montana.
I don't know if they've gotten a new field since, but I went there in high school for a camp, and their turf was like short. Like it was a regular turf field, but it was like
it's short for like even us because I think.
Like I don't know if they had too much lines. Well, no, I just thought they had like too much sand or something or whatever. Like it wasn't like
like the actual
turf. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, because we're not like you guys probably notice it a lot more because like your plays end by someone on the ground.
Yeah.
So you're always on the ground somehow.
Yeah,
we're not on the ground as much, but I mean, their stadium's cool because it's like set down.
Oh yeah, it's so cool.
And that was the coolest thing of like we had a locker room to sit in before the game, the conference championship, and just like bumping music, and then got to walk out of the tunnel and shit. It was dope. But
what's your favorite place that you guys have played? I love stadiums and stuff.
Either that or there was a stadium when we played Gonzaga for the first time, like 6 years ago. It was a high school stadium, and it was almost like Montana's, where you're like 10 feet below like the first row, and that stadium was fucking cool.
Where
but
was
I would say,
was it in Spokane or?
Yeah, it had to have been. Yeah, it was some high school over there. Because the last time we played them like in the middle of their campus. And it was on grass. But I would probably say Montana has been the coolest stadium to play at. Like, yeah, because Nationals is all on grass, but they pick out a giant, like, complex. And, like, they probably have 15 fields there. Because D1 and D2 are playing their national tournament. But they have like 7 fields that are all just practice only. And you have your practice slots, and then they have the turf, or no, they have the grass field that no one touches until they play the semifinal games and the championship games on there. And then they have like quarterfinal fields and then like semifinal. Or I think it's like it's quarterfinals and I guess the whatever the 16.
I love tournaments, man. I wish they did more tournaments for like, I mean, because D1 AA has a tournament for football. I hate the playoff system for college football right now for D1.
Yeah, it's
a joke.
It just
4
should be
teams.
More,
like, I mean, I didn't watch the national championship because it was Alabama and Georgia. Like, I'm like, I don't need to see the SEC championship again.
Yeah, and like, it's really tough. I don't know how, like, they look at it with. They have so many players at that D1 football level. For us, it's still brutal too, because you're playing if you make it to the national championship game, you're playing 4 games in a matter of a week.
Yeah.
So it's like Monday, Tuesday.
You're talking lacrosse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, you play your first round, and then if you make it, then you're playing the next day for second round. And then you have Wednesday a break day, and then Thursday you play for semifinals. And then a break, and then Saturday is the national championship.
I don't know if I could do those back-to-back games. You can't for football. There's too much strategy and stuff like that. That's why we don't have a ton of games for football, you know. But, like, I think it's still doable. Like, the season kind of ends at the beginning of December, I want to say. And people always argue, like, with D1, they're like, it would take way too much time. You'd be playing until, like, the Super Bowl, which is totally inaccurate. Just play those games. Bop, bop, bop.
Like, if you played, for the week, it'd be like, I mean, you're already playing back to back-to-back weekends.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, first round one weekend, second round the next weekend.
I feel like
third,
you could
fourth.
do the first round and the second week
And
like
that's 16
back to back,
teams.
you know, and then give it 2 weeks, and then you play the last 4, the quarter, that'd be the semifinals, right? Yeah, and then like a week and a half later play that, and it's not setting you back at all.
Yeah, because like 4 games, that's like 16 teams or 4 days or whatever. And like you don't need 16 teams in the football playoffs. Even if you did 8,
8 makes
you
sense.
could play one weekend.
I think they should do
the
10.
Next weekend,
I think
break.
they should do 10,
and
and then the I mean, I don't know how that works out with the playoff system, but I think the first 2 teams should get a first round bye. Like at least you earn that, being the top 2, you know?
Yeah.
Let everybody else play, and then you get a first round bye. But you know what I mean?
It's there's a
That's what they do with the NFL.
I just
How many
think
teams
they
are in
should
the NFL?
32.
And yeah, but like in the playoffs, 12.
There's I think it's the
Let's see.
4, isn't it? Isn't there? Or there's the wild card too. So
That's what I'm saying. So like the first round would be wild card. Let's take a look real quick. Bruh.
You forgot your password?
I did. Let's see. NFL playoff bracket. Here we go. Okay, so like.
So it looks like, there's 12. Because you have 3, 6, yeah.
Can you just like view it?
I think if you double click on it, right?
You would know. Anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and the first 2 teams get that first round bye.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that would be 14 total.
Of
I mean,
teams?
that makes sense to me.
No, that should be 12, right?
Well, you have 12, but then the first 2 teams get a first round bye, so it's 14 total. Like the Titans and then the Packers get to wait, basically. So that makes sense to me, dude, to have...
if you do it by week, yeah.
Yeah, that makes complete sense.
Because it is all by week during that time.
Gosh, that looks
And you
so
don't even
good.
need to have 14 teams in.
No.
Because
honestly, I would like that, though, because then you really get a diverse like amount of college football teams. And I feel like, yes, in the NFL, it's proven that any team can win on any given day. And I think you wouldn't see the same thing with college football. But, like, having an opportunity for those teams that are all the way out to, like, 14 be able to play for those games.
Yeah, because, I mean, you have some teams that are, like, 6 or whatever, and then they lose to a top team, maybe drop a little bit, and then have a fluke and drop again, and they're at, like, 12 or something.
Well, it's sick, dude. Look at this. So, the Niners, they were the 6th seed, beat the Cowboys, which we all kind of knew was going to happen. The Cowboys can't fucking...
The Niners would have been the last team
So
that
there's
was
an
a
upset.
6th seed that won the Super Bowl was the Giants against the Patriots.
Well, then the Bengals, they were a 4 seed, but they beat the Titans. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it just opens the door for a lot of different teams to win some games and play in those big games, so...
It would be, I mean, at least, more than what they have now.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
4
like,
teams, man.
we have to
That's
pick
not even a
4 and
playoff
then-
to me.
It's just 2 big powerhouses.
Oh, 100%. And that gets either Bama. I hate when there's 2 SEC teams. I feel like this is just SEC hate, but like I wish they wouldn't do it that way.
I guess, but it's like you can't deny the top teams.
You can't. You
like,
can't.
yeah.
And we knew Alabama and Georgia were going to be the teams, but I mean, like, I was really hoping that Cincinnati could pull it out of their ass.
Me too.
That would have been super
game.
cool. I still, to this
yeah.
day, will always argue that Boise State in 2006. 2000 and I think 12.
Oh, the actual, not the very first
09,
Fiesta Bowl.
10,
I think it was 07, right?
No, 2011. 2011 was the team that Boise State was the best they ever were. That's when they were ranked number 2. at one point. Like, we were contending for a natty, and that's when they missed the field goals against Nevada.
Oh, to go to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, they could have possibly, because they were ranked number 4 at the time, but, like, if they finished out that season undefeated, that was right after they went undefeated and won the Fiesta Bowl. So if they would have gone undefeated again, like, you can't deny that.
It wasn't the first Fiesta Bowl, right? You're talking
No,
about
this is the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, they would have been...
Kellen Moore era.
Yeah. It would have been cool to
I always try
see.
and, like, describe, because I have a bunch of, like, students that come from out of state, and now they're, like, I wouldn't say they're hyped on Boise State games, but they're like, oh, yeah. I'm like, dude, you have no idea.
It used to be
It used to be, the town
lit.
was just bleeding blue and orange.
It used to be lit. And my grandparents still have, like, season tickets.
And I love it, but it's just not what it used to be. I wish, like, the people that I work with now could have seen it in its prime when, like, literally the town would shut down on game days.
Yeah, before, like... Because when we won the first one, we were still, like... We were really in it and football fans for the first one. And then we won that.
When we won that, we were like... Well, then, that was the first year of Coach Pete. And I'm sorry, but that era, the Coach Pete era, was ridiculous. Until his last year, they went 8-5, I want to say. You know, and that's when he dipped to Washington. But
yeah, it was a good.
It was amazing.
It was everything was good. And then Kellen Moore came.
Boise State record. Yeah, so Coach Pete went 100 and wait.
I was gonna say this.
No. That includes his.
All time.
Where is it?
So go to the Wikipedia and see, because it'll do each year.
So when he was with Boise State, let's count how many losses total that he had. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. Okay. 3, 4,
8, 12,
5, 6.
So he had 18
10.
losses.
That's fucking psychotic, dude. That's ridiculous. And then Washington, he kind of struggled. He had a couple of good years there, you know. But overall, man, because, I mean, this is his... So, yeah, he had 6, 7, 8...
So 2008
9,
was
12,
the one.
12. He had 12 losses total in a... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 year span.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking...
That's ridiculous, dude.
And all those wins are all like...
The
12...
The Kellen Moore era...
Wins, 13 wins.
During the Kellen Moore era, his record, he went 51-3. And all of those wins were decided by...
A field goal?
I think it was a total of 6 points.
Like, yeah, they were like field goals.
Yeah, so the first one was like 2, and then the other one was
3.
playing?
I don't think he was playing when we also missed points. The TCU field goal here at home.
No, he was. That was his senior year.
That was, So field goal
they had,
for that.
They had 45 seconds, and they decided to kick the field goal. It was like a 42-yard field goal.
Not even, I think it was like 30-something.
Well, it was third down, and instead of letting Kellen Moore go, you have one of the greatest college football quarterbacks of all time, and you're not going to let him drive down the field a little bit more. I've never been so disappointed when I saw him shank that one. I was like, cool.
Well, and those Rose or the Nevada ones, I remember watching that game.
Kyle Brotzman, man,
and watching
bitch of a guy.
Fucking the first one miss, and I was like, what the fuck? And then he had a chance at the same yardage, pretty much.
It was a little bit longer, but they were both lined up perfectly straight.
Yeah, they were all...
he had less than an extra point to kick the first one, shanked that one, and then the next one absolutely just booted it.
And
way
it was
to the left.
Well, there was one of them that was it
was like a 25-yard field goal.
But the whole one of the dilemmas or whatever at that point was everyone was talking about Oh, the field goals in Nevada.
The goalposts.
Yeah, aren't.
Yeah, they weren't tall enough.
Yeah, so one of them he like barely missed over.
Which I still don't know if he missed it. I to this day, if I watch it,
see if you can see it. Because I haven't seen it, but I remember just sitting there like, oh my god, you fucking missed it. And then I was like, we have it again. Like, we have this chance, and then, fuck, missed it again.
Boom, boom, boom. Let's see.
Oh, man.
So...
Yeah, those are it.
Kyle Brotzman has had his share of glory. He's the all-time leading scorer in Boise State and WAC history. As the Broncos'
see, and that's the thing too. Like,
he's also the one who completed a pass
he was
for a
the
first
best
down on a fake punt
kicker
that set up Boise's game-winning touchdown against TCU in last year's Fiesta Bowl. The last Friday against Nevada, a new legacy emerged. 2 missed field goals, both from short distance, and the first after a miracle pass to put the then unbeaten team in a position for a win at the end of regulation.
Yeah, man, this was the year.
Comment after the game.
Oh no, he didn't comment.
My friend's sister was dating him at the time.
You got a lot of things right on you, just with one snap and kick. Right, and I was just like
26 and 29.
It's not gonna work. I just kind of dropped, just couldn't believe it.
Heading to overtime, Brotzman tried to forget what just happened.
It's a tough thing to just try to block that last kick out.
Like
that one, yeah, that last one looked so close.
You just missed the game.
Yeah, look at this right here. So this is the first kick.
It's a tough thing to. I just kind of dropped, just
here.
Hold on.
Couldn't believe it.
Heading to overtime.
So look at that. Look at that right there, dude. You're as close as possible. He's kicking it from
the field goals were 26.
That's the best you're gonna get. Yeah, 240 is so old.
What?
Yeah, I know. But like, look at it, dude. Like, so the goalposts definitely weren't tall enough. You can tell that they're short. But like
if it was taller, maybe it would have doinked into the right.
Yeah.
Or I guess to the left.
Who knows, man? But at the same time, like, there's that one, and then
you just missed the game.
I think that was the one.
Probably
the last one.
The most heartbreaking thing was that I had left.
Where's the other one?
What was going through you?
I teared up just for the fact of how closer now. The loss, I think it brings it. I had a bunch of money riding up.
For Brotzman never got a third chance.
Yeah, right here. Look. So he's still kicking it from the 15, lined up perfectly, and shanks it. Like, come on, dude. Like, you're a D1 college football kicker, and you can't fucking put that thing
29
through. 22 and 29.
Were the distances. That's so crazy.
Lined up perfectly both times, man.
Fuck, man. That's so brutal.
Oh, yeah.
That would suck so bad.
Ooh. So, I'll show you this. This is, like, my favorite time of the year because the natural selection is on. Let me show you this. So this is I'll just show you some highlights from it. But this is a tournament, or it is a tournament, but like a snowboard competition that they design like they design the course. It's a backcountry competition, so it's not like the park or whatever. Like it's in the powder. It's backcountry, like
where you're.
Dude, look at this course. Yeah, dude. It's absolutely ridiculous. Excuse me. Like, I'll show you this real quick. The thing is, they use like all these crazy drones and shit to follow the riders, so it looks like a video game, bro.
Dude, that gap you did there again. Run there, but this is natural.
Yeah, so watch this real quick.
True to what he did in run one. You know, Mikkel is a strong, tall, powerful snowboarder. And it's interesting what Pat said, during the break is it's going to benefit a lot of these riders to size up. Mikkel already rides a pretty large.
These guys go so hard, dude. This is like the coolest thing I've ever seen in sports, in my opinion, because I love snowboarding, but like.
So switch back when he needs to start things off. Tapping that pillow again with his tail into a back.
I know.
Rapid fire features. And the judges
And the
have
fall,
to understand
like when you
how
fall,
quick the
here, I'll turn it
transition
down
is
a little
between
bit.
those two features.
When you fall, it doesn't count against your score nearly as much. So like
Because
basically,
it's not
yeah, because
perfect.
they're like, we just want to see you go super super hard. So they don't want people to be stressed out because in X Games and stuff, if you
Yeah,
if you
'cause it's
fall,
like-
it negates
it's a
your run,
run.
basically. Exactly. So like basically, they're saying we want to see the coolest run that.
Fuck,
I
man.
know, dude. So he ended up winning it last year, not this year, but there's 3 stops. They do it in Jackson Hole, which is this one, the first one, and then they go to Baldface in Canada, and then they go to Alaska to do backcountry. But watch this guy, Arthur Longo. We'll finish it after this, or we'll be done watching this after this. But
This is fucking...
so
The snow looks so nice, too, though.
it was only like 6 inches of powder on top of like harder shit though, so like it wasn't the greatest conditions. Like the year before, it's supposed to be powder, and this year's just sucked for snow. But watch this hit that this guy takes. Like you're not supposed to do this. Like this isn't what the run was designed for. But just, whoo,
Damn.
dude, isn't that ridiculous?
Damn. Oh,
Absolutely
man, I couldn't
insane.
imagine being, like... Because getting that air, yes,
Oh, yeah.
is crazy, but then you're straight downhill, so you're going so fast after
So fast,
you land.
and this is straight down, dude. It's like
Yeah.
super steep. Like the camera doesn't do it justice because your brain like.
No, it looks pretty fucking, like... Oh, my God. Dude.
See what I mean though? But like
Fuck.
they give out points. Basically, they score the run not based off your falls. Obviously, if you have 2 falls, they're gonna be like, all right, your run wasn't as clean.
Yeah.
But the whole point is for people to go as big as possible and like showcase snowboarding. So like if you're like
Yeah,
charging the mountain and going super fast, and then also doing butters while you're carving, like they judge like your carving and stuff too, like your style of riding the board.
It's more of a freestyle actual mountain than like freestyle course.
Oh yeah, dude, it's absolutely ridiculous.
I couldn't imagine doing some shit. Like, it looks fucking...
So
you
like
always
this,
see this stuff and you're like, oh, it looks so sick.
Uh-huh.
But I would shit myself.
oh yeah, dude, you look at it now, and like me
would
and Dane are
shit
trying to go to
myself.
Jackson at some point this year, and it's open to the public. You can go check it out, but I mean, like, I'm sure nobody really hits it. But yeah, dude, this is...
Oh, and look at, like... Yeah, because there's so many... They kind of make a few little jumps, but you don't have to hit it.
Yeah, dude, it's ridiculous. But the drone footage, like the fact that they can do this now
Yeah, that's...
and follow them, it just changed the whole game. Yeah,
That
pretty
looks
cool,
so
huh?
smooth.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is like when I get the most excited about snowboarding.
I wish we had snow like that the other day. That's how it was like a month ago when I went. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, dude. So then they do this. This is where they're going next. And I'll just skip around this a little bit, but basically this run is called Scary Cherry. See how they built like all these wooden features and stuff? This is in Colorado. I mean, sorry, this is also in like 2012, so here, I'll go back to the front. But where are they? Where's he drop in? So yeah, it's got all these like
little like kickers
Uh-huh.
and shit.
it's crazy. So they built the course, and then basically in Alaska, it's all free ride. So, natural selection, Alaska. So then that's the second stop, and then this is the final stop. And boom. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. So, hold on. They have to go up through it with a helicopter because they're in the middle of absolutely nowhere. So they'll
Yeah,
shoot
there's
this.
not a
The other
run.
2 are live, but then,
Oh, man.
yeah, dude.
Dude, that would be so crazy.
Yeah, and then they're out here.
Even just like that amount of fucking powder.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh my god. Dude.
Isn't that ridiculous, man?
Dude.
And then just yeah, so it's the coolest competition I've ever seen in sports, to be honest. Like, it definitely progresses everything to a whole nother level.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah.
I want to go to another, like, place that just has straight powder.
Me too, man. And this year's snow has just been so shitty. It's
Yeah.
been so bad. There's, like, I don't know the last time it actually snowed, but...
Yeah, I think the last time was, like, that one day it actually randomly came and it just, like, poured down a couple inches down here, too, and then...
We had a bunch of snow, like, at the very beginning, like, in, I think, the end of December and that kind of shit, but...
Yeah.
Other than
We had
that,
a good amount.
It's been a whole lot
Because
of
that's
nothing.
when I went snowboarding, and, like, it was really good up there.
Mm-hmm.
But the last time we went, yeah, that shit was just, like, ice.
Yeah, that's why I go...
I was like, I'm not trying to haul ass and just, like...
That's why I get up there at noon, usually now, so that the sun can beat down on it and people can ride it, chop it up a little bit so it's a little bit softer. But, like, when I started riding with you guys, it starts to freeze over again.
Yeah, it was, like, right at that point where we were, like... Even I was like, okay, I'm not going to try and hit too many things anymore. I was just like, let me just cruise down the hill.
Oh, for sure. And I'm always down with that still, you know, especially, like... I personally have grown a huge love for spring snowboarding because it gets slushy and it's hot out, so you're not, like, cold at all. It's the best, dude. It's hands down my
I don't know
favorite.
if I've ever been, at least not around here.
Oh,
really.
dude, it's my favorite time of the year now. Like, I mean, granted, I love my powder days and stuff like that, but, like, there's nothing like a bluebird day where it's super hot outside and
Those
you're
are the
just
nice
you're just in a
Even when
long
they're
sleeve
up
and a
there.
windbreaker,
Yeah,
dude. Like, you're not cold, you know? So...
And then you look down the hill and it's like all the fog is down there, or like the clouds, and you're above the clouds, and it's
Dude,
all
the
just
inversion?
sunny and everything. Oh, it's so nice.
It's amazing up there.
I fucking love it.
I want to go to Tamarack really bad, but I haven't been able to do that in a while.
I've never been.
I
to
haven't
Tamarack.
been. Never?
Never.
We should go.
I'd be down.
It's a very, very good time. I like that mountain a ton, and they're doing so much over there. They just got, I think they still are waiting approval, but they're putting in a top to bottom gondola, and 4 new lifts.
That'd
So,
be fucking crazy.
What they're trying to do is, like, basically compete with Sun Valley, which I think they can overtake Sun Valley. The problem is they just don't, there's not enough going on in Cascade area, but, like, it's growing like crazy
But
too,
at the
so.
same time, you're not as far from like, all the people, your biggest town is right here in Boise. And then for me to either drive to Tamarack, which is what, like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if it's like snowing, or to Sun Valley, which is like 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
I think it's like 3.5.
Depending on which way you can go, because sometimes the avalanche area is shut down.
And
so you
I
can't go.
love Sun Valley. It's probably, I would have to say that's probably my favorite mountain I've ever been to, but I mean, overall, I like Brundage for it's not nearly as high traffic, and then it also has like these hikeable cliff sections that are just ridiculous. Like, it's my favorite.
See, I've never been.
Yeah. Oh,
I've never
dude,
been
I gotta show you.
The only
man.
place I've ever been is Bogus.
Really?
Yeah.
Ever?
Ever.
Dude, we gotta go somewhere.
Ever.
Yeah, let's go to Tamarack.
Like, I've done a couple hiking, like, you know, just randomly somewhere, but a resort. Yeah.
Oh, dude. So when I go to
like,
Brundage,
I've snowboarded
I usually...
in Hawaii, but that wasn't a resort.
You snowboarded in
Yeah.
Hawaii? You're
They have
lying to
mountains
me. You're tripping.
and snow.
You are lying to
No,
me.
you could look it up.
You're,
Big Island.
You are a liar.
It's high enough to where they get snow.
You are freaking lying.
I've snowboarded and surfed in the same day.
Dude,
Hours
Marcel,
apart.
if you keep lying on this podcast...
Snow in Hawaii. Snowboarding, yeah.
Okay, I can't spell. You are a liar. You're kidding me.
Look at that.
This isn't real.
This is Hawaii, dude. Because it gets so... The mountain, like, I guess it's not really a mountain, but the island at the top gets...
Do you have to hike, or do they have a lift?
No, they don't have lifts.
I would never, ever, ever expect this to be possible. No
So yeah, you
way,
could totally
bro.
like...
That's
and then you
mind
drive,
blowing.
yeah, and then you drive like fucking...
And then you go surf.
2-3 hours, and it's just like nice and 70 down at the beach.
That's ridiculous, dude. I would have never thought that this was possible.
Right? But that's all, like, that's the only thing that sucks is it's not really, there's no runs.
I mean, screw the runs, dude. Just get.
But you
up
could go
there.
up there with all your friends for a day and make a couple kickers or whatever. Like, you could make some shit.
Oh, dude, me and Hayden and Ty and Adam, like, when we first got out of high school, we went and did a day at Brundage, and then we just went and got super drunk and built a kicker, and just Hayden brought his snowmobile, and so we just like farted around for an entire
That's what
day,
I'd like to do, is like go to a spot where it has somewhat of a slope. You can build something small and like practice on shit. Hit it, and then you just walk up 20 yards, and then you're back at the top to hit it again, and just keep going.
Yeah, I've done it before. It's a good time, man.
I did that a couple times.
What are your goals for this year? Do you have any that you have set up?
I mean, like, yeah, but nothing to where it's... This year, it's more of like, I want to try and be in a house. I want to find a house to at least be in. Because right now, it's like, you either rent and spend more than you're probably going to pay for a mortgage on a house. And so to have like just me in a house, and I can kind of start setting some shit up and like have an office, and I can have a drum set back. That's like fuck the dog in a yard. I just want the garage with a drum set. Just kidding.
Well, I mean, like, that's the other thing is, like, once you get used to taking your dog and doing stuff.
Oh, we must have said like something, hey Siri, good enough to... Look, mine just popped up.
Really?
Yeah, I think if you hold one of these buttons down,
it'll do it too.
Yeah.
Probably command or something like that. Yeah,
But,
I still got to figure out how to use this thing. But yeah.
But that, and then finish out the lacrosse season at a good, like, high point. At least, like, it's gonna be fucking tough this year with just the amount of players we have. We have talent, but it's like...
It's tight.
You need more people
Depth.
to run. Yeah. And so that, and then I want to go to one, like, well, I have a bunch of plans already, like, planned out, essentially. I got one to Palm Springs for Tormel's wedding. And then I'm going to that fat-ass fucking concert in Vegas.
That'll be super cool.
So I already have hotel and tickets booked. Now
When is it?
October. So it's a while from here. And then really I'm just like mostly saving up. I just want a house. Like, and then every year it's like I'm trying to be at another point with work, like just better and better. And that's just how it is no matter what. And like,
how long have you been there now?
It's like I'm over a year and a half. And so by 2 years, I want to be able to like be really confident in, I guess, newer skills that I've been trying in the last like 6 months, and just more confidence in that sort of, I guess, that line of work. Like, I feel good about most stuff, and like not really too timid or hesitant to like when they say we need to get this done. Like, I know at least the approach of how to reach out to somebody. Like, okay, I've looked at all these resources. I've kind of got a grip on what and how to go about it, but I don't think I'm maybe doing it the right way, or maybe there's an easier way. Can you tell me? Like, more of I've gotten good at like reaching
At
out
this
for
point,
help.
it's probably the little things.
Yeah.
Fine-tuning your little skills.
It's definitely like a thing of, even with like, it's more of the strategy type skills. Like you have your fundamentals, like if you go about it in lacrosse, it's like passing and catching, I'm fine, shooting, I'm fine, like running, dodging, all that. But then it comes into the strategy of like, okay, if I dodge down this side, I should have somebody moving at this time, and if I get them to move, then this defense has to come to me, and then you break it down in that way. You're seeing like the full picture of strategy.
Yeah.
And I guess that would be my analogy of how I'm good with my fundamentals with coding, but then it's more of like really setting things up the most efficient way, and not just kind of slapping things together at times. And I would say that would be like the best. That's where you like really start defining like your skills, being able to just set up stuff, do it efficient, and also prepare for what you can add onto it. Because if you just like, this works, it works fine, it's not a piece of shit. But at the same time, like once you start adding more stuff, it gets like a little too complicated. And to make things as simple as possible so you can keep building on top of it when things get more complex. But I would say that's like
Pretty much what you got going on this year.
Like every year is kind of not like a huge goal of, I want to be at this point. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking about all the time. Like the next step anyways. Always. So I never really set in like, this year I'm going to. So I feel like,
as of right now, mine are basically, I really want to have some content out for this. I didn't have a ton of plans last year for it. I just wanted to like try and actually make it happen. And now that I have the studio set up, which I mean we're moving soon, so I'll just have to figure that out. But at the same time, like I did it. You know, that was the biggest thing for me, was like I made this happen.
Well, and last year you were like wedding, kid, like it was,
and COVID, so I had to be careful. Like I couldn't get sick before the wedding, and then also when she was pregnant, I was like I couldn't get her sick either. So like I really wanted to be careful. And now that I had the baby, she's a little more established in with like her immune system now that she's older. But like even right when she first popped out, like it was like, all right, we got to be careful. Like you know. So I really want to expand on this. I think my goal is at least 25 episodes. I want to do at least 25 episodes and get some serious content out this year.
I think you could even, do more than that.
I mean, ideally, I want to do one episode a week, and then
I guess it is. When you really put it into like 2 episodes a month, as of right now, is 24. And like with schedules and everything, that looks, because the last time was what, like 2 weeks ago, roughly, or something. But at the same time, like I'm in the busiest point of like lacrosse season, and then the summer, I'm sure like way more time that we can like get.
Well, I mean, as much as I love talking to you, Marcel, and I can do it all day long, I want to get some other people in here. You know what I mean? Like or just on the podcast. So that's another goal of mine, is like just to branch out and get a little more diversity. But I mean, like,
you could totally do it.
Oh, for sure. And I already have a bunch lined up.
Yeah.
You know? So I want to do that. I also want to just work on, like, I want to get in shape. That's one thing for sure that I want to do. Being a dad, like, puts things in a totally different perspective. Like, I'm now an example for her. So, like, when it comes to pursuing my dreams and, like, working hard and setting goals, like, it's not just me doing things anymore, you know, like I have to, I want her to grow up and see that like, it's okay to fail, but like to constantly be trying to evolve or like set goals. And even though maybe sometimes you might miss them, like it's important to set goals and pursue them as best you can. So I guess working out is another one, and then I want to have at least 2. I want to get good at 3 different skills this year, being like graphic design, video editing and stuff like that, and then just learning a little bit more about business.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to get like 2 different sources of income.
Yeah.
On the side.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I've like always kind of been trying to strive for, in a sense of like just another side thing that can get you to at least kind of taking care of like bills wise.
I mean,
and
yeah.
it's
And eventually I just want to be able to make my own money, you know? So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and it's definitely doable, but it takes work and a lot of time. And with the new kid, it's kind of tough, but at the same time, like, it just comes down to time management, which I also want to get better at, is that. And that's pretty much it for this year.
I mean, those are good goals.
Uh-huh.
If you get good at graphic design, dude, you'll be making NFTs, bro.
I know, dude. I know, that'd be
You'd be
super
making
cool. And like, even if
NFTs.
they didn't sell, it'd be cool to just like have something to do. And like, who knows if one popped off or something like that. But,
I mean, they're all just fucking funky, weird things that just, yeah.
yeah, I
It's
thought about
crazy.
one NFT. It'd be like a picture of John Hancock, but
Okay.
like, and then his signature at the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just like do different kinds of that, but it would be John Hancock with a D. You know, John
I wanna
Hancock
see it.
NFTs.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
see it.
Don't steal my fucking idea.
Yeah, TM.
The 2 people that are gonna watch this, but
TM.
yeah.
That'd
I
be kind of cool.
copyrighted it already, or like,
That'd be kind of cool.
yeah.
That, like,
I'd like to design some
That'd be
clothes
sweet.
too. You know, like I've also had an idea of just having like,
I mean, you could get merch for this.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So yeah, this year we're gonna try and get some shit done.
And you don't even have to, like, at first sell it.
Mhm.
Like, just,
Oh yeah, like have like 10 of them and be like,
yeah, just, like, for whatever and,
Yeah.
like, a few friends, and then, like, go off after that and be like, okay.
I'm
Maybe
excited
I'll
about
set
this
up a
year,
store.
man. I have things that I want to do, and I haven't had that for a while. So,
Yeah, I think, like, my biggest thing is I just want to buy a house
yeah,
that I feel good about.
yeah,
And you don't feel fucking strapped to the max.
yeah.
But it'll come in time. Maybe
Yep.
not here. Fuck, dude. The housing
Don't you
market
dare
here
leave
is
me.
fucked.
Don't you dare leave me.
It's so
I'll
fucked,
kill
dude.
you.
God damn it. I'm like, I have the chance. I could. Like, it'd be nice to be here, obviously, because every one of my friends is here.
Mhm.
But
I thought about moving.
at the same time,
Where
like,
would you go?
I don't know. I think I'd go to Texas.
It's a good one. I feel like a lot of people are moving there though.
I feel like something.
I would probably go to Colorado or Montana.
Yeah, Montana would be kind of
I could do Wyoming or like Utah maybe, or even like Nevada. But I mean, like Colorado or Montana are the ones that I'd probably really want to do.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing, too. I'm like, Texas, I think the housing market would be nice there.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, I need everything like I have here. I have to be able to just, like, drive an hour and go snowboarding. Drive
That's-
an hour
I
and
can't
go
not do that,
hunting.
dude. I
Drive
can't.
an hour and be, like...
I would lose my mind if I didn't have the option even. Like,
there's,
let alone like,
yeah.
you know, if I couldn't go do stuff, I would.
Like,
And
I
I
know
could
hunting.
live in like Cascade and have nothing going on, but I have to have something I could go do outside or something.
Yeah, that's like the fact that we have some of the best, like, even fly fishing here
Mhm.
and like outdoor rec here is just like
It's
insane.
amazing. Yeah, I mean,
Like-
we live in a desert.
A high
course.
desert.
I don't know what is considered, but like basically the fact that we have like Pleasant Valley and all that out there, and it's hot as hell.
Yeah.
But then like you drive up to Bogus and that's right there. Like
It's
it's,
just- yeah.
crazy, dude. Like, and the river, like going
The
up to
water,
Cascade. We
yeah.
have it all. We really do. I can't.
That's why
I'm
like,
kidding. Boise is an awful place to live.
Yeah, don't
Please do
move
not
here.
move here. It is, you'd be doing yourself a favor. So
don't move here. The houses are too expensive for you to afford.
yeah, and they're also really ugly. Like they're basically like a shed.
They're farms. We're just farmland out here.
Well, I think we can go ahead and wrap it up today. Thank you again for taking the time.
Fuck yeah.
I'm hoping we got sound this time.
Yeah. Now we don't know what happened halfway through.
Yeah.
If something fucking went wrong, we have half a podcast on there.
At least I have something.
Yeah, it'd be better than nothing.
100%.
No matter what, even if it's that first test clip we had. Coming soon again.
Again.
And again.
Yes, sir. All right, well, thank you again for checking it out. More content to come, and have a great day.
Peace.
See ya.